Alright, where are we sitting for rain? About 8/10 now, it looks like. Today is Thursday, and it's been raining pretty much since 3 hours after we quit planting on Monday. It just keeps spittering on and off. It doesn't bother me none because I'm done planting. There is quite a few people in the area who haven't even started yet, which is absolutely bonkers to me, but we've had the conditions. We had conditions early. April 17th is when we started, and it was perfect. You couldn't ask for better planting conditions, but I don't know. It's not my operation, so I'm not gonna be dragging anybody through the mud, but we're gonna go out and do some field scouting because I ain't got anything else to do today, and all I've done is sit in the house all day yesterday. And I had to go buy a washing machine yesterday. The marketplace find that I got last year in April when I moved in puked out, so I had to go buy a new one. So what we're looking for today, we're gonna go check the earliest beans planted because those are ones that gotta be sprayed yet. The earliest beans we started planting as soon as we had ground conditions, and because I don't have floaters on my sprayer, you're basically looking for planting condition to do burn down is basically. So the first couple fields didn't get burned down, and they're getting a little hairy, and so as soon as we see a first trifoliate on these beans, we're gonna go out and clean them up with some Roundup and Liberty, or just Liberty. I haven't decided yet what I'm doing. I understand the want to have Roundup in the tank, and it's not really an economical thing because Roundup is like $3 an acre. You're really not adding a whole lot, but I also understand that with Roundup, you want the biggest, most potent droplets you can get, and Liberty's the exact opposite. So if I go out and spray 20 gallons per acre at 60 psi with Liberty, those droplets aren't going to have enough Roundup in them to really do anything. So I'm almost thinking about cutting Roundup out of that tank mix. Liberty will kill everything, including grass. So yeah, I may just cut the Roundup out. All right, first field's planted. This is April 17 plant. We got our, I don't remember what you call that leaf. The double side. Ooh, there's a trifoliate right there. All right, let's go out here a little ways. There's some I see trifoliates on a lot of them. The headlands are always hairy right here for some reason, and I don't mean hairy like weeds. I just mean the stand is not great. We do load trucks right here, and on this side, that side we don't usually load on, but this side always does. And I tried mitigating the compaction with the disc, but I should have known the disc wasn't going to do a whole lot. I always try to chisel plow everywhere we load trucks, but it's not bad. Once you get planer width in, it's not bad. But looks like, just looking along here, 90% of them got a trifoliate leaf, so that's good. They're yellow though. They don't like the cold. We gotta get out of this cold snap we're in before I spray this. But this field's not terrible. Over there, obviously, we got thistle and all that. Thistle. I don't know if Liberty will take care of that or not. I am checking to see what's out here to see if we got to switch to Enlist or not. But I don't really want to spray Enlist this early in the year, especially with the soybeans this small. But yeah, middle of the field's a little farther behind. I'm not seeing trifoliates and stuff, but nothing is growing right now. Soybeans, corn. Corn's not out of the ground yet. Well, we'll see. We're gonna go look at it today, but it wasn't. Monday we looked at them, I think. But they look good. We just need sun and heat, and we ain't got it. We haven't had it for a couple days, and it sucks. It's not Well, after Memorial Day, I think we'll be able to come in here and spray them. We have highs in the lower 60s, and tonight it's supposed to get down to 39. Can you believe that? It's May, and we're going to have a low. I mean, I understand early May, but this is mid to late May, and we're going to have a low temperature 39, which is ridiculous. I don't know what happened. We all thought spring was early, and it was. Back in April, we had 90-degree days, and now we're highs of 60 and lows into the 30s. Most of it's 40s at night, but Memorial Day is going to be 63. And then a couple days after that, it's going to come back up into the mid-70s, which is what we need. We need heat, we need sunshine. Sunshine makes beans, heat makes corn. That's the way that works, but yeah. I'm happy seeing some trifoliates out here. That means we're not far off. But it's probably going to be after Memorial Day before we can come out here and spray this and not do any damage. That's the last field of corn planted. We're going to run up here. Dad's off taking cattle to the processor. I don't know if he can't. Today's not Monday. Never mind. I think we're going to cut this on Tuesday. For some reason, Monday night, a bunch of the alfalfa lodged. I don't know what's going on with that. But hopefully that disc bind should be able to pick it back up. First field of corn planted right here in front of us. Last field of beans is up there where it's brown. I haven't been back there, and my truck is not going to make it back there right now. The lane is way too wet. So we're going to go down to the far driveway, drive back, check the wheat, and check this cornfield and see if it's up. Actually, before that, the driveway's up there. This driveway's first. We're going to look at the beans that are out in this cover crop. You can roll them right here. They look good on the headlands, which is good, because this is also where we load trucks. But being wheat, I don't know if you cause a whole lot of compaction loading wheat out. It's usually bone dry, and in my opinion, it takes moisture to create compaction, but I don't know. These are early yet. And where it's hard and it's not going to come up well. There's some surface water out here. That is right on a sprayer track, so I probably caused that damage with the sprayer going around the headland. But we'll walk out into this test plot here. This is the first bean in the test plot, but it's the longest day. I think it's like a 3.0 or 3.2. I don't really see anything yet. A little bit. Test plot's nice and dead. The rain's knocking it down, making a mulch layer. There's some better ones there. I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again. I love high yielding corn as much as the next person, but I have a real intrigue, and I just really have a desire to have high yield soybeans. That's what my main goal is. Something about soybeans is just really fun for me to try and experiment and grow on. But they can be, in my opinion, they are some of the most fussiest little buggers you've ever seen when it comes to coming out of the ground. But I try to improve every year, and yeah, it's just soybeans are so much fussier to me than corn. Maybe that's this whole early planting trend that started. I hopped on that bandwagon right off the bat, but we've seen really good results from it, and we're gonna keep doing it. I don't see any corn yet. We might get stuck here. See if I can pull up. Oh, I can't even turn. This is gonna be interesting. Alright, we'll pull up on here. This looks pretty solid. That rye is growing like no tomorrow. I gotta get out here and get some nitrogen on that. We haven't put anything. Oh, great. Looks like I'm gonna be crawling under my truck, putting it in 4-wheel. Oh, look at that. We got little corn rows. Little corn rows. Alright, let's see. And not in a straight line either. You can see corn row. If the corn comes up in a perfectly straight line, that means you have sidewall compaction. So that's one of my biggest worries about when putting corn in. But you can see that corn is just kind of bebopping, not in a perfectly straight line. So that means we got good sidewalls. They're not compacted, but it's up. That's cool. It's not going to be happy now that it's up because of the cold, but all right. Good to see. I don't see anything that stands out. When I planted this, I was coming this way. So these 6 rows are going to be not Amplify D, and then the next 6 are. And I'm not seeing any sort of difference, but we'll see what it looks like once it's got a good leaf structure on it and once it starts pulling sunlight. Looks good. Looks really good. This rye is about chest tall though. Holy smokes. I really gotta get some nitrogen out here. Got nice size heads. They're taller than the width of my hand. Oh yeah. Right up there though, chest high for sure. Got a good stand on it still, which is good because lodging can become an issue when growing rye. But yeah, definitely got to get some nitrogen out here and boron and sugar, and then I don't know if I gotta put fungicide on rye or not, but I have it on my list. We're gonna walk down here and look at the wheat too. This is all gonna be cover crop seed, so we're trying to do this as cheap as possible. At the same time though, I still wanna push it a little bit. So we are going to do that. It looks like each plant has, let's see, that's one plant there. So each plant is tillered like 3 times, it looks like, on average. So it looks really good. I don't know, it's more than that. It's probably four tillers. And then we got our wheat over here. Wheat's starting to push heads. So I got to get out here with some nitrogen too. But we got really good size heads. Really big heads. Last year it was small heads, but a lot of tillers. It looks like we're going to have good wheat, at least right now. A lot can change between now and July, but it looks really good. We'll get nitrogen put out here. Then once it starts flowering, we'll have to put fungicide on. We're not going to go across the road because it's going to be awfully muddy. But we're going to go down to Dad's house and check on that early planted field down there as well. But I also wanted to mention the weed control on our corn. We haven't sprayed anything on most of it. Some got burned down, which is about it. Roundup 240, that's it. And then we're coming in at V3, V4-ish with most 95, well, it's more like 75% of our acres with a Roundup Atrazine Caprino. It's a cheaper residual, Caprino is. And then on the rest of it, on the 25%, my high management back there has heavy weed pressure from being organic. We are using Certain at V3, V4. That's an encapsulated Sharpen product, and it's got 3 modes of action. It's also got Zidua in it. So we're going to use that. That's supposed to be a full season residual, but it's not as expensive as, say, some of the Cadillacs like Acuron. Acuron is a really heavy used product in this area. We don't use it because it's expensive. but a lot of people do use it. And Certain is supposed to be the same duration of residual, but a heck of a lot cheaper. This field is extremely wet, but this is another one we're gonna have to spray here. Beans are there. They're swimming, but they're there. This field's gonna look better than the other one just because it's not no-till, but I don't see trifoliates yet. They're coming. They're right there, but they're not fully emerged. Field looks good though. It is just really hairy. There's this grassy stuff growing, which I don't know what you call it, but this stuff likes this field. It's out here a lot. Beans look good. They're growing. We'll get out here probably same time frame as the other one. By that time, this field will be fully emerged with a trifoliate, I think. But yeah, it's a beautiful stand of beans here. You walk out into a tilled field like this, and you always question no-till, but we'll see. Yield monitors tell us all. So, we got some trifoliates emerged there. That's what those shriveled leaves are. They're in the process of coming out yet. They're not fully out, but this field would be the same thing. Looking at spraying Liberty out here. So, yeah. Crops look good. Crops look real good. We're starting the year off right. So, I'm happy right now. We'll see how it is in the fall, but I'm happy right now. Today is a much better day, but this isn't gonna be rolling into a new video, so I hope you guys enjoyed the little scouting update I gave you guys. I don't know how many people really want to see that, but it's something I like doing, is just going around and checking stuff out. I try to check crops at least once a week, maybe twice a week, just to keep an eye on everything, make sure we can catch something in its earliest stages if something does develop. But I hope you guys enjoyed that. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.